Hey folks, Frank Zarella here, 9/7 Sunday, 9 Eastern Time with the weekly watch list. All right, I keep coming across the same names. Quantum computing for the most part. QUBT been on the list for the last couple of weeks, right? We got a double inside week on the lowest volume in the last 10 weeks. Right over here, right over here. To me, inside weeks like this, inside days, inside candles, it's a pause. It's normally, you see that normally right before its next move. It could be higher or lower. Based on the fact that this stock's been trading sideways near 52-week highs, we gotta give it the benefit of the doubt that the breakout's going to be higher. So again, this stock is on the list. The weekly high is 1612. Buy stop, call it 1615, and the low is 1470. Again, on the list, and just like all the other quantum names, some of the Bitcoin mining names, all these stocks had tremendous runs at the end of 2024, and since then you can argue they've been trading sideways for the last, whatever it is, 8 to 9 months. QUBT, same exact thing, right? Big move at the end of last year, trading sideways, no net growth movement since this high over here, since the beginning of the year. Weekly high is 1568, buy stop 1570, the low is here 1420. On the weekly chart, on the daily chart, it doesn't look bad either. Here's the 20-day moving average going through this high in the daily 1570. You can cheat on this trigger, right? Only that 1570, double up on the weekly break of 1568, which is pretty much the same thing. Same trigger for the daily on Monday and same trigger for the weekly. KC, Chinese name, again, very similar. Big move at the end of last year, trading sideways to down for this year. The Chinese stocks have been making the move. Baba, Baidu, they've been moving higher. NEO, FUTU. So KC here, 1404, 1406, buy stop. Stop loss 1318. UMAC is a drone play. Again, looks okay. In the daily, it looks okay. On the weekly here, very similar to the crypto names, very similar to the drone stocks. Crypto, drone, quantum computing, big move at the end of last year. And then for the most part, trading sideways to down. These purple candles are when the stock was up 4% or more for the week on 3 times the average 20-week volume. You see it here, and here. Right over here. Buy stop 961, stop loss 865. RGTI, another quantum computing, similar action. Big move here, sideways action for the last 8 months. Inside week, high here is 1603, buy stop 1605. You can use this low at 1440. That'll be the low that I'm going to use. But here on the daily chart, looks good as well. Daily chart, trigger here this high, 1565, 1568, and you can use a tighter stop of 1489. So some of these stocks are set up on the daily and the weekly. So I like this one too. Quantum computing, 18% short. Okay, next one, IONQ. Again, good daily, good weekly. On A5, Amazon has closed a $36 million stake in the stock. Here it trades an inside week on the lowest volume in the last 10 weeks. Same story. Big move at the end of last year, trading sideways for the last 8 months, created this beautiful handle right over here. Inside week, I like the stock going through 43.21. You can, sell stop 40.22 on the daily. Very similar situation. This is going to be on my daily list for tomorrow. Buy stop 42.75, stop 40.51, right? So I love it when the daily and the weekly are entwined. They're together. They're right there. RCAT, very similar situation, right? Same as all the other ones, right? Military drones with Palantir. The weekly looks a lot better than the daily chart, but look, big move at the end of last year, trading sideways for the last 8 months. Buy stop 909, stop at 830. QS, here's another one, right? It looks good. You can see the heavy volume. This company has a history. This stock has a history of going up big and then fading, right? You see it here, these big purple candles here, and every time it fades. I think the difference here is that you have all these big candles on the heavy volume. This was 509 million shares. This was 247 million shares. Here you have 470 million shares, right? As opposed to this one, 164, 169, 115. Here, 509, 247, 470. And you can see how the volume has been drying up here on the way down. Last week, 45 million shares. The week before, 61, 80, 112, 178, drying up, touches almost a 20-week moving average. And again, buy stop 815, stop 740, right? So this is the list for this week, the weekly watch list. Again, target is 1x. You take the buy stop minus the sell stop, add it to the buy stop. That is your first target. You can sell half there, put the stop at break even. You got a free trade unless it gaps down. That's one way. Another way is to sell on the way up. Maybe you sell a quarter of 1x, right? Maybe you take the average daily volume, 6%, and you times that times 2. That becomes your first target, which is roughly 12%. But the point is that you take the 1x, you raise the stop to break even, you got a free trade, all right? So that's the watch list for this week. Again, some of these names are also set up for tomorrow on the daily chart, specifically RGTI and IONQ. RGTI and IONQ are going to be on my daily watch list tomorrow. So there's a very good shot that if these stocks trigger on the daily and then they trigger on the weekly, I'm going to double up at least for the first couple of days. So trade them well and be well.